What are you doing to separate yourself from the pack? Today, we're going to dive deep on different ways to create better habits so all your clients fall in love with you. Let's go.
Welcome back. Here we are again. Ian Main, the guy in Spain, and Just Ask Justak out in Indiana.
Yeah, bro. Nice.
Here with another episode of ICW. And this one comes from a personal experience I had today. I had a closing today, and whilst we were at the notary office, as it works here in Spain, we were closing things out. I gave the sellers, my clients, a gift. And the guy just kind of stood there for a second and he was like, that's really cool. That's really nice and really cool of you to do that. And he said, I wish I'd known about you sooner. And that kind of got me thinking. I was like, damn, that sounds like a great topic to talk about on ICW. So here we are, and we're going to discuss exactly that, how to make our clients fall in love with us and wish they'd met us sooner to list their homes or help them buy homes. It's something that I think has always been not a struggle for me, but it's always been a point for me to expand on my knowledge, and something that I really like to study and practice and implement into my business anytime I talk with clients, because I come from a marketing background and it was always the marketing side of things. And I'd kind of left sales to the side. And it got to the point where I was like, I need to make a huge change here. So I actually flipped it completely. I really stepped back on the marketing side of things and thought, I'm really going to focus on the clients that I have and just make them feel at home, super comfortable. I want them to become my friends, not just a number in a spreadsheet. And it really is paying off. It really is working, and it's something that I really enjoy doing, and it makes me have more fun when I'm selling people's homes and listing homes as well. So, and I'm sure, it's something that, I mean, it's something every realtor needs to do. This is a people business. We need to get to know how to work with people, how to get them to like us, and how to like them. I'm not talking about just putting on a mask and becoming some fake person for people to like you. I'm talking about really getting on with your clients and providing great value to them, so that in the future, if they ever want to sell or buy again, or if they know anyone that wants to sell or buy again, they think of you with no questions asked, no doubts, and you're just instantly there.
Yep. Well, to have them as an advocate for you is amazing. I mean, especially in these days with social media, you see, all these different groups in social media. I'm thinking about Facebook right now, and they're saying, hey, I'm looking for a realtor in this area. And how many people drop your name in there? And so that's that difference maker, like you're saying, Ian, of man, I want these people to be an advocate for me. When they see this post, I want them to say, hey, I'm going to type in Jason and tag me in that post. And that is huge. So, you know, you started off and having a great closing. That's awesome. You caught your clients off guard by giving them, something that was special from
Yeah.
you to them, and they understood that, man. What do you think? What else can we do as realtors to really up the game and have people fall in love with us more than, like you said, than just being a number?
I think it needs to start from the very first point of contact, because it's happened to me personally where I get that first meeting, like listing appointment, you could say, with the clients. And it's as soon as they set eyes on you and you set eyes on them, it's something needs to happen there where the energy is good. You're not like way too over the top where you scare them, or vice versa. You kind of need to match and mirror and really kind of get to know them. And that's where like studying, for me, sales came into play, like learning how to read the body language and kind of match their levels. Obviously, it's, again, I want to reiterate that it's not fake. It's not that I'm acting to, it's just something that comes natural now. And I kind of I get along with anyone because I'm able to read anyone that I want to get along with. Obviously, I'm not
Well, you're
I'm not
yeah,
two-faced.
absolutely, but you're paying attention to that person and you're actively
100%.
listening to what they're saying and
100%.
what their wants are. And
Yes.
so yeah, it's not a matter of being fake, it's a matter of you paying attention. And
Yeah.
people like that. Hey, who wouldn't like that? Like, oh cool, I've got somebody who cares.
Yeah, and it's also, when it comes to presenting your services, whether it's a buyer or a seller, I just focus on sellers. It's not like a presentation where I flip through like a slideshow and I go into corporate robot mode where I'm like, this is this and this is what I do. And I have a network of agents and we're in like a billion countries and we do this and it's really cool. And like loads of people are going to see our house listed and whatever else. Because I won't always do that. It depends on the client. Every client's different. No one's the same. So you kind of need to play off of their energy. And if it comes to it, well, I've done listings before where I haven't even gone through the services. We've just talked about ourselves. And then we were like, oh, wait, let me see your house. Like, I forgot. Let's check the house out. That's why I came here. Couldn't remember kind of thing. And then we were like, okay, yeah, let's see the house. We saw the house and he's like, it was just by the end of it, both of us, me and the client, we know that I'm going to work the property. It's like, it's just done. The work's already done. And it just basically comes down to the connection that's been created from the very first moment. And for me, for example, I always state that I work with very few properties usually. I'll have like no more than 7 or 8 listings max with the intention of, which might be normal for you guys in the US. I don't know. It's a little bit different out here in Spain. Um, with the intention of having lower portfolio to work with, but I increase the service and I don't forget about my homeowners. A homeowner will never phone me asking, hey, how are things going with the property, with the listing, whatever, because we need to beat them to it every single time. Not that I'm on their ass every day, kind of like being annoying, but we're in touch. Even if it's just a simple, hey, how's it going? I remember you told me your kid had like a football game or a soccer game or whatever. How did it go? Like that's enough. That's all it can come to, and that's fine because you're again strengthening that relationship you have with them. And at the same time, if you're going to present a service where you're like, oh, we do this in the first week and this in the second week, this in the third week, and we do all these things, like don't ever lie about that. If you say you're going to do something, actually do it as well. Like, oh, we're going to do the promotion on social media, actually do it and come back to them with the numbers. Because that's what I found. A lot of agents talk the talk, but then they don't do anything. They do not walk
Sure.
at all.
Yeah.
They just list and then they sit with their hands up waiting for the phone calls to sell the home with, some other agent or whatever. So be proactive in the work and then show them that you're actually doing that also.
Yeah.
And
I I totally
yeah,
agree, brother. You've got to keep that professionalism. It's your business. If you want your business to go for long term, then yeah, you need to be transparent. You need to do what you say.
yes.
If not, it's going to catch up with you, right? So, yeah. So that's my 2 cents to always be professional. Build that relationship, be there for that client, understand their needs and be a professional. Go above and beyond for everything that you do, and they will love it. Now, people are people. Will you please them all? Hopefully, but maybe not.
Right.
So but again, in other ICWs, we talked about positive mindset. And I know you are as well as I am. Very huge advocates for positive mindset. You've got to be okay if people are telling you no, or
Yeah.
if it goes a little sideways or what have you. It's okay, but at
Yeah.
the end of the day, you got to learn from that and then take that to your next client and say, man, I'm going to be 10 times better. I'm going to make
Yeah.
sure that I'm extra professional. I'm going to make sure that I do the follow throughs. I'm going to give more communications on my listing. I'm going to show those numbers from Zillow or wherever. what's going on and how we're marketing and everything that's pertaining to that house, let's do it. Be truthful and run your business.
And also, getting to know your clients is super important, which we've touched on. But when it comes to, for example, the gifts, so we come to the closing. I always give gifts to my clients, whether it's the sellers, the buyers, or both.
Mhm.
Today's closing, for example, was both. The buyers were a family from Morocco. So what I did, and this was cool, and it was really something that they uh appreciated a lot. And I have another listing completely different, which is currently rented out actually, and it's rented out to a Moroccan family. And I kind of got to know the tenant a little bit. And I asked her last week, I was like, if I know that she cooks a lot, she bakes. She does like these little treats that are like typical Moroccan treats, and she always gives me some to take home to my family whenever I'm there.
Okay, cool.
And I was like, if I bring you like a big platter, would you be able to just make a bunch of these treats for like a family of 6 or 7 and put like a nice bow on it, and I can give it to these because like I could give them like a bottle of champagne, but they don't drink because of their religion.
Right.
I always try to personalize this gift to each client also, and I gave it to them. They knew exactly what they were receiving. I had no idea what half of these things were, but they knew what they were because they were traditional to their country, and they really, really loved that. And then for the seller, I know that the guy likes wine because he was on vacation once in Italy, and I called him whilst he was on Italy. I didn't realize he was away, and somehow the conversation turned to wine. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna get him some wine. I was in the supermarket looking at the wine, and I was like, oh man, I didn't ask him if he was like a red or a white
You're
kind of
right.
wine person. So I ended up getting them both. I got him a bottle of white, I got him a bottle of red, and I got him a bunch of chocolate and stuff in the middle. I was like, here. I was like, I didn't know what you like, so I just got you everything. And he was like,
Got
this is perfect. And he's like, my girlfriend likes the white, I like the red. The chocolates for both of us. And they were really, really content with that's when he was like, oh, I wish I'd learned about you sooner. And
yeah.
that those are the kind of things that really um will make them remember you in the future. And that was, at the end, and that was like the cherry on top for the completion
No,
of the show and everything.
nice,
So
nice
yeah,
job, buddy. Yeah, no, and that is, I mean, when people are buying and selling houses, it is a big piece of their life. If they're selling, maybe they raised a family there, or
yeah.
whatever, or maybe they've just lived
Mhm.
there their whole life and now they have to sell it. Whatever. Everybody's got a different story. So being mindful of that is huge to help that client out. And then throughout the process, explain things to them. I'm a big advocate too of, hey, if you're listing a house or even if you're buying a house, I'm going to give you options so you understand what's coming to you. If you're a listing, let's talk about numbers. Let's see if it fits where you want to be. If it's buying, we
Right.
probably want to talk about numbers too, because we don't want you to pay as much as you have to. So it's again knowing your client, understanding their needs, and asking those questions. I think that's going to really set you apart. And if you're watching this right now and you're like, oh yeah, I do that, I do that, I do that, good. But are you doing it every time so every deal gets better? Even when you have a good deal, does your next deal become even better? And that's how you want to go and look at it. And then in 6 months, look backwards, measure yourself backwards to say, man, that last closing, I had 2 bottles of wine and a chocolate. I got to know those people and everybody progressed from there. And not saying that you're progressing with larger gifts and more lucrative
Right.
gifts. No, it's with that client pool to say, man, everybody's having better times. Why? Because I'm being professional. I'm building a relationship and I'm highly concerned for my clients. I am doing my job for my clients and making sure they're taken care of.
Yeah, yeah. I think that mix of professional and um relationship is super, super important because you can't have too much of one or the other. If you're too professional, but they don't know you, then they're not going to trust you,
Mhm.
and you're just like another, I always kind of go back to the same corporate robot kind of salesy, they don't know you as a person. I
Yeah.
think, which is never good. And then it can be the other way around. You can flip that over. You can be like their best friend, which is awesome at the beginning, but if after however many months you haven't sold the home and they're starting to wonder, like, it's like when you go to a client to list their home and they're like, yeah, but my cousin's a realtor, so I'll just give it to him. They just started. It's like, yeah, but do you actually want to sell your home? Or, not that anything, you're not saying anything wrong about the cousin. Just because they know them and it's their best friend or it's a family member doesn't actually mean that they're going to get the results. So it's about having a mix of both is it's the perfect storm. It's the ideal way to get clients to remember you. And the end goal is, again, just have them talk about you in the future. Have them create more business for you at the end of the day. So
It's dynamite. And you said something too, that about people trusting you. Um, People will buy a home or list a home with you if they know you, if they like you, and then if they trust you. It's
right.
those three factors. So continue to build on those relationships, and I love this topic because it is. We have to, as realtors, as real estate agents, we really have to take care of our clients because they are our future business. You get a year like 2024 where everything's going haywire. Well, so many people, the ones who have found a lot of success, why? They're calling their sphere and they're really following up with those people that maybe they close, maybe it's family, maybe it's friends,
Mhm.
but that was very close to their heart. And so great because they built that relationship. I know it worked for you, it's worked for me and so many others. And again, that's what we want to keep pushing forward and work that sphere no matter how the market moves. And then if you're doing online leads or videos or whatever else that you're doing for lead gen, do a little bit of that too. And you could do a nice mix and you've got everybody happy. And again, you're raising your level of service to benefit
Oh yeah.
all your clients.
Yeah, yeah, you're raising the standard, which is just benefits every single person. So if it's something that you haven't really done in the past, it's definitely something you should think about. If it's something like Jason mentioned before that you already do, you're like, yeah, I do the gifts, I do this and the weekly follow-ups, and I ask them about their daughter's tennis match or whatever. That's cool. But as Jason said, how can you evolve that and keep making it better for every single new client that you have that comes on board? And eventually, at the end of the day, that's what it takes to stand out from everyone else. Because I think we would be shocked if we discovered how many real estate professionals do not do any of this stuff, and they are the corporate robots. I'm not
Right.
saying they're not successful,
Yeah.
but when we throw the personality into it, I think it really, really is what can make um one agent stand out from another, no matter
Yeah.
your level of success. So yeah, I thought that was I hope you learned something from that. I definitely learned something today from my closing, although it's something that I already do. Again, just when the client tells you and it makes your heart all warm and fuzzy, you're like, yes, you're like, this is why I do what I do. And this is awesome. And then obviously we get paid as well, so we can feed our family. So
Yeah.
more of that would be cool, not too.
It is, man. No, but you nailed the nail on the head. You however that saying goes, I don't even know. But it you're doing a job where, to you, Ian, did the whole transaction, did it feel like work?
No, it didn't. This was a really smooth transaction, and it was, just with the relationship that I had with the buyers and the sellers, because I did both in this case.
Yeah,
It was no, it didn't.
yeah,
Now that
good.
you made me think about it, it didn't it was never a time where they were calling me and I was like, it's like, damn, I think I gotta take this call. No,
Yeah.
it was I don't know, it
So
was so smooth. It was awesome.
that's awesome, buddy. Very, very cool. And I mean, even like we said earlier, learn from your mistakes, but also learn from your wins. Like today, how can I mimic this and be better? This isn't just for Ian, this is for everybody watching. When you have that warm, fuzzy feeling inside that, man, I crushed it. This was a great, how can I do that again and again and again and again and again, and then do it 20 times over each year? So that's what you want to raise that bar and be better as well. Ian, I love it, man. Great topic today. Super cool to bring more positive attitudes and just build more relationships. It's always great.
Yep. Well, that's what we are here for. That's what we do every single week. ICW every week, every Tuesday, we record a new episode with the intention of bringing more value to agents, no matter where you are on the experience ladder or on the success ladder. So yeah, reach out if you have any questions, complaints, tips. If you want to get to know us. Again, I'm Ian Main in Spain. I hate saying that every time. It just kind of gets me to the But anyway, that's probably how you'll remember me. And we got Jason in Indiana, just as Justak, which is a mouthful also.
Yes, maybe we
And
should change the name to Mouthful.
yeah, yeah. And we'll see you in the next one.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you watching.
Yeah.